Yesterday, as we went to bed, guess what happened? David Austin went ahead and obviously hinted onto the big change of plan for the club of Arsenal. You remember that the club of Arsenal went ahead, obviously unveiled their sporting director yesterday, and you all knew to it that all went on well as planned. And after naming their sporting director, I told you in that video that I tell you Arsenal is obviously gonna be doing the needful to see to it that they really start taking a huge step into which players they're obviously going to sign. Because for clubs that we've obviously gonna hit for long, for them to obviously be proven as super big clubs, they are the ones that really make plans to bring in players early before the summer transfer window opens. And guess what? All that led to a Gyokeres to Arsenal transfer boost that Arsenal is now really eyeing onto Viktor Gyokeres. Welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. And this is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned. We are having David Austin into the mix, and we also have a player known as we also have another journalist, credible, known as Jacobs Ben, one of those that was very elaborative into what is expected to happen between Arsenal and the side of Viktor Gyokeres into the mix. So I call upon you guys to obviously subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily, and continue to obviously do the needful and smash the notification bell, right? After really subscribing, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time I upload a video onto this beautiful channel of ours. Now, what did David Austin say specifically? He said Arsenal developing strong interest in Viktor Gyokeres as possible striker signing. Andrea Bartha, firm admirer of the 26-year-old Sporting Lisbon forward, expected to figure prominently among Arsenal options and may be more realistic than Isak. So it's confirmed to us. Who is Arsenal looking at? They're looking at Viktor Gyokeres, right? And the deal of Viktor Gyokeres is more realistic than that of Alexander Isak. And this story comes in through after Fabrizio Romano had already gone in the morning to see to it that he gives us an update Sunday morning that Gyokeres is going to go. He's going to go, and a team that brings between 65 to 70 million pounds will obviously sign him, because last summer, he was supposed to be on the move, but the amount of money that was really put onto his name, that is 100 million euros. And teams were like, we cannot pay 85 million pounds for that player. And now, in the due course of Gyokeres not getting a move that he wants, he sat down with the people at Sporting CP, and they obviously came to a common agreement that however much there is a release clause of 100 million euros, you've seen it that even if I've gone ahead to score very many goals, teams have been afraid, and the right figure that these teams were really willing to obviously offer was the one that they all agreed on, 65 to 70 million pounds. So that makes this deal more realistic than that of Alexander Isak, right? Because for Alexander Isak, Newcastle wants a minimum of 130 million pounds, which can go north of 150 million pounds. Something that I believe is really too much. If you tell me 110, I will admit 120, all right, it's okay. If they get times almost two than the amount of money they bought him from Real Sociedad, right? But right now, I think it will really do some good business for the side of Arsenal if at all they go in for the man known as Viktor Gyokeres, because Viktor Gyokeres is one of those people that you won't say isn't Premier League proven, because he was playing for Coventry into the Championship. And if you ask me, is there any difference between the Championship and the Premier League? I'll give you an answer. The difference is the similarity, meaning that there is no any difference. And by the way, those teams in the championship are really more aggressive. That's why you see that each and every time a team in the Premier League goes ahead to face a team in the championship, even League One, you see to it that they don't really get what we call a landslide victory. It's always a big tussle in there for you, and these teams obviously try to shock these other sides that they've gone ahead to face. So as it stands at Manchester United, as it stands at the camp of Arsenal, Gyokeres is more realistic, and I've gone ahead to give you the answer. And the man came out and talked about strong interest. You understand? Strong interest in Viktor Gyokeres. That means interest has been there, and now it is now strong that Arsenal is opting for Gyokeres, because they see to it that if you spend 130 on Isak, that means it won't really give Arsenal some good ones to bring in players, and they really want to see to it that they really get in more and more and more players. By the way, this might result in one of the summers where Arsenal is obviously going to sign very many players, because if Arsenal was looking to sign Zubimendi, Nico Williams, and Isak, I think they would have gone ahead to go in for him only. Sorry, for those three. But because they know to it that they have to bring in like 5 players, I think this is where things go tough. You understand? This is where things go tough, and they're like, those extra 70 million pounds can obviously get in another player. You get? So I think they're really working tooth and nail to obviously get this deal done and dusted. And I think it's one of the deals that teams can do even before the season comes to an end, because for Sporting CP, they know to it that a lot will obviously go their way. Now, Jacobs Ben came out and told us that situation with Viktor Gyokeres remains that Sporting Lisbon are planning for a summer exit. In previous windows, they would only engage around 100 million euro release. This summer, Gyokeres will be available around 70 million euros. Similar kind of price for Benjamin Šeško. Now, I think this is why this dude, the new sporting director, is like, let me go in for Gyokeres because of his experience. He has scored goals in the Champions League, and I'm going to be bringing you his crazy numbers in a 1 or 2 minutes from now. So last season, as I told you, 100 million euros, and now it's around 70 million euros. That is like 63 million pounds or 65 million pounds. That's what you'll obviously get or have to get to see it that all goes on well as planned. Now, this story came in through after Viktor Gyokeres went ahead to score a brace over the weekend, and we are told by Fabrizio Romano that Viktor Gyokeres has now scored 42 goals in 42 games. Also provided 11 assists, 53 goal involvements in 42 appearances for Sporting's goal machine, wanted by several clubs for the summer. So that's what Fabrizio Romano went ahead obviously say about this deal of Viktor Gyokeres. So Viktor Gyokeres has scored 42 goals in 42 games. And by the way, the assists are not added. If I told you add assists, those are 53 goal involvements in 42 games. That means he averages a goal in every game, right? And that's what you'll get from your number 9. And people will say he's playing into what we call the Liga Portugal, But I tell you what, even if he's playing there, is he the only striker that plays there? I think they have very many clubs, and they have like 20 clubs or 18 that are playing that league. That means they're having close to because if you talk about the number of strikers they're really having, every team has 2 strikers, 2 forwards times 18. Those are 360 forwards. Now, how come he's the only one going in for those goals? You understand? That means he's that special, and I tell you what, he's really going to be doing the needful into the mix. So that is Viktor Gyokeres for you, and Arsenal has shown huge interest to sign the player. So his numbers are really crazy, and I know big clubs will obviously go for him. And Manchester United has always gone ahead to want this player, but I tell you what, looks like it's not obviously going to go there as planned, because United has to be in the Champions League. That is it, because Arsenal offers the Champions League football and the money. United to obviously go into that north of obviously spending close to 65 million pounds on a striker, obviously it will have to be in the Champions League. That's why I'm planning to obviously do that story at Manchester United. But Arsenal are going hard, and I know they can win the rest because they have the money right now, and they know the best way to win the rest is to go ahead and obviously get everything done and dusted before other clubs really get engaged. I'm out.